In the previous lesson, you used two if statements to begin implementing arm control in your program. Upon testing, however, the arm never stopped moving, even when the buttons were released. In this lesson, you will identify the problem and learn how to fix it, bringing you one step closer to a reliable solution. Let's start by looking at our program. The code we added is here, two if statements within the remote control while loop. The first if statement checks if the group 6 up button is pressed. If it is, the arm motor is turned on in the forward direction. The second if statement checks if the group 6 down button is pressed. If it is, the arm motor is turned on in reverse. That's exactly what we wanted, right? Well, actually, this is an example of the robot doing exactly what we tell it to do, not necessarily what we wanted it to do. We also wanted the robot to stop the arm motor when we're not pressing either the up or down button, but we never told it to do so. In the first if statement, we tell the arm motor to move forward, and in the second statement, we tell it to move in reverse. But what we don't do is tell the motor to stop. Fortunately, if statements can easily be expanded to enable this, using the keyword else. In the previous lesson, you learned that an if statement runs the code in its curly braces once, when the condition is true, but skips over the code when false. By appending an else branch to an if statement, you're able to specify a second set of commands to be run when the condition is false. An if statement with an attached else branch is referred to as an if-else statement. After each if statement, add an else with its own set of curly braces. Set the arm motor to stop in both. Now, when the program reaches an if statement, it will check the condition and run the code in the if branch when the condition is true, or it will run the code in the else branch when the condition is false. Notice that there is no condition immediately following the else. This is because the code in the else is automatically run anytime the if statement's condition is false, no matter what. Time to give it another try. Compile and download, and run. Pressing the up button raises the arm. Pressing the down button lowers it. And releasing both buttons allows the arm to stop. But look closely. The arm is moving slowly and jittery, especially as it lifts up. In this lesson, you discovered that the arm continued to move because we never explicitly told it to shut off, and learn how to use the else to stop the arm when the up and down buttons were released. You made great progress, but there's still room for improvement. Move on to the next lesson to find out what's causing the jittery movement, and perfect your control over the arm.